Hello everyone, we are from group 4. We will be presenting about benefit and service that will be presented by Emirega Asanda, Farita Perlido, Kirani Narendra Krisnate, Raffi Farhan Perkasa, and Rido Harun. The first slide is about the benefits picture today. The first slide is about benefits. What are the benefits is the first thing many applicants ask. Benefit is indirect financial and non-financial payment employee receive for continuing their employment with the company are an important part of just about everyone compensation. And what included in benefits? They include things like health and life insurance, pension, paid time off, and childcare assistance. Employee benefits account for about 37% of wages and salaries, or about 30% of total payrolls. For most employees, health benefits are the 800-pound gorilla of the benefits package. In one survey, 78% of employees cited healthcare benefit as most crucial to retaining them. 75% cited compensation, but the same survey found that only 34% are satisfied with their healthcare benefits. Even human resource manager sometimes underestimate benefits attractiveness. One survey concluded that many human resource managers erroneously assume that things like job security and autonomy and independence are more important to employee than our benefits. And next slide is policy issue. Employers therefore should design benefits package carefully. The list of policy issue includes what benefits to offer, who receive coverage, whether to include retirees in the plan, whether to deny benefits to employee during initial probationary periods, how to finance benefits, cost containment procedures, and how to communicate benefits option to employee. Legal issue loom large. Federal laws mandate some benefits such as Social Security, while other benefits are at the employer discretion. However, federal law still affect discretionary benefits such as vacation leave, and employer must adhere to the laws of the state in which they do business. For example, California requires most state contractors to provide domestic partner benefits for employee. And next slide is ways to classify benefits. There are many benefits and ways to classify them. We will classify them as pay for time not work, such as vacation, insurance benefits, retirement benefits, personal benefits, and flexible benefits. Then the figure in the slide is the cost for employee compensation. As we can see, legally required 8%, retirement and saving 4%, insurance is including health 8.2%, and supplemental like overtime, bonus, and etc. is 3.5%, and paid leave is 6.9%, and the wages and salary is 69.5%. And next slide is benefits that are required by law and employer. As we can see in the slide, benefits required by federal or most state laws is Social Security, unemployment insurance, workers' compensation, and leaves under family and medical, and leave act. And benefits on part of employer is disability, health and life insurance, pension, paid time off for vacation, holiday, sick leave, personal leave, jury duty, and etc. And employee assistance and counseling programs such as family-friendly benefits for child care, elder care, flexible work schedule, and etc.
Okay, so hello, my name is Narendra Krishna and I'm going to explain about pay for time not work. So the learning objectives from this material is to name and define each of the main pay for time not work benefits. So pay for time not work is a very costly benefit because of the large amount of time of most employees receive. So common time off with pay benefits include holidays, vacations, jury duty, funeral leave, military duty, sick leave, sabbatical leave, maternity leave, and unemployment insurance payment for laid off or terminated employees. So the first one, we have unemployment insurance, which provides the benefits if a person is unable to work through some fault other than his or her own. In unemployment insurance, it has supplemental pay benefits, which the benefits for time at work, such as unemployment insurance, vacation and holiday pay, and sick pay. So firms aren't required to let everyone they dismiss to receive unemployment benefits, only those released through no fault of their own. So the main rule is to keep a list of written warnings to demonstrate that poor performance caused the dismissals. The next one, we have vacation and holidays. About 90% of full-time workers and 40% of part-timers get paid holidays. So nowadays, more firms are taking a more flexible vacation leave approach. The next one, we have sick leave, which provides to pay employees when they're out of work due to illness. So most policies grant full pay for a specified number of 6 days, perhaps 12 per year, usually accumulating at the rate of, say, 1 day per month of service. So by accumulating at the rate of 1 day per month of service, the problem is that while many employees use their sick days only when sick, meanwhile the others use them whether they're sick or not. So in one survey, personal illness accounted for about 45% of unscheduled sick leave absence. So the next one, we have leaves and the Family and the Medieval Leave Act. So it entitles eligible employees of covered employees to take unpaid job protected leave for specified family and medical reasons, with the continuation of a group health insurance coverage under the same terms and conditions as if the employee hadn't taken leave. So number one, private employers of 50 or more employees must provide eligible employees up to 12 weeks of unpaid leave for their own serious illness, the birth or adoption of a child, or the care of a seriously ill child, spouse, or parents. So number two, employers may require employees to take their paid sick leave or annual leaves as part of the 12-week leave provided in the law. And then employees taking leave are entitled to receive health benefits while they are on unpaid leave under the same terms and conditions as when they were on the job. Number four, employers must guarantee most employees the right to return to their priority. The next one, we have a severance pay. So many employers provide severance pay, a one-time separation payment when terminating an employee. Most managers expect employees to give them 1 or 2 weeks notice if they plan to quit, so it seems appropriate to provide severance pay when dismissing an employee. Severance pay also help to reassure employees who stay on after a downsizing that they will receive some financial help if they're let go too. And then we have the next one, we have supplemental unemployment benefits. So in some industries such as automaking, shutdown to reduce inventories or change machines are common. Supplemental unemployment benefits are cash payments that supplement the employee's unemployment compensation to help the person maintain his or her standard of living while out of work.
And now we're gonna talk about insurance benefits, which we will describe each of the main insurance benefits. The first one being workers' compensation. It aims to provide sure, prompt income and medical benefits to work-related accident victims or their dependents regardless of fault. Compensation can be both monetary or medical. Employers must also control workers' compensation claim through making sure that their working environments are safe or having a registered nurse to treat and coordinate workers' injuries to determine the best health plan. And then every state has their own workers' compensation and compensation law and commission, and some run their own insurance program. However, most require employers to carry workers' compensation insurance with private, state-approved insurance companies. Neither the state nor the federal government contributes any funds for workers' compensation. The second one is hospitalization, health, and disability insurance. Hospitalization, health, and disability insurance helps protect employees against hospitalization costs and the income loss arising from the off-the-job accidents or illness. Many employers purchase insurance from life insurance companies, casualty insurance companies, or Blue Cross for hospital expenses and Blue Shield for physician expenses organizations. Both the employers and employees usually contribute for the insurance plan. The next one is long-term care. Long-term care insurance for things like nursing assistance to former employees in their old age is a key employee benefit. The Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act of 1996 lets employers and employees deduct the cost of long-term care insurance premiums from their annual income taxes, making this benefit more attractive. There are other types of long-term care such as adult care, daycare, assisted living, and custodial care. Finally, the fourth one is life insurance. Group life insurance plans generally offer lower rates than individual plans and usually accept all employees regardless of health or physical condition. In general, there are three key personnel policies to address. The first one being the benefits paid schedule, which is the amount of life insurance benefits is usually tied to the employee's annual earnings. The second one is supplemental benefits. An example is continued life insurance coverage after retirement. And finally, the third one is financing, which is the amount and percent of the employee contributes. And then accidental death and dismemberment coverage provides a lump sum benefit in addition to life insurance benefits when death is accidental. It also provides benefits in case of accidental loss of limbs or sight.
Good afternoon, class. I am Kirani Warang, and I'm going to present the subtopic retirement benefits. So there are several types of retirement benefits. The first one we are going to discuss is Social Security. The majority of people assume that Social Security only provides income when a person is older than 62 years old. However, they actually provide three types of benefits. The first one is the familiar retirement benefit, which provides income when you retire at the age of 62 or thereafter and are insured under the Social Security Act. Second, we have the survivors or death benefits. These provide monthly payments to your dependents regardless of your age at death. Lastly, we have the disability payments, which provide monthly payments to employees who become disabled totally and to their dependent if they meet certain requirements. The full retirement age was traditionally 65, but has increased to 67 years old. And lastly, the tax on employees' wages funds the entire Social Security benefit. Moreover, we have pension plans, which are plans that provide income to individuals in their retirement. And just over half of full-time workers participate in some type of pension plan at work. Pension plans are classified as contributory versus non-contributory, qualified versus non-qualified, and defined benefit versus defined contribution. So now let's look at defined benefit pension plans. With these plans, the employee's pension is specified in that the person knows in advance the benefits they receive. A formula usually ties the pension to a percentage of the person's pre-retirement pay, multiplied by the years he or she worked for the company. On the other hand, defined contribution pension plans specify what contribution the employee and employer will make to the employee's retirement or savings fund. The contribution is defined, but the pension isn't. The employee can compute what his or her retirement benefits will be upon retirement. With the defined contribution plan, the actual pension will depend on the amount contributed to the fund and on the success of the fund's investments earnings. Furthermore, portability, which is making it easier for employees who leave the firm prior to retirement to take their accumulated pension funds with them, is easier with defined contribution plans. We also have 401k plans, which are a defined contribution plan based on Section 401k of the Internal Revenue Code. The employer authorizes the employer to deduct a sum from his or her paycheck before taxes and to invest it in the bundle of investments in his or her 401k account. The deduction is pre-tax, so the employee pays no tax on those dollars until after he or she retires. The person can deduct annually an amount up to the IRS maximum. So the 401k plan is an example of a savings and thrift plan, which are plans in which employees contribute a portion of their earnings to a fund. Employers use a deferred profit sharing plan to contribute a portion of their profits in cash to a pension fund, regardless of the level of employee contribution. An employee stock ownership plan, also known as ESOP, is a qualified tax-deductible defined contribution plan in which employers contribute stock to a trust or eventual use by employees who retire. With defined benefits plan, to get your maximum pension, you generally must stay with your employer until you retire. The formula takes the number of years you work into consideration, so with defined contribution plans, your pension is more portable. You can leave with it any time, perhaps rolling it over into your next employer's pension plan. Without delving into the details, cash balance plans are hybrid. They have defined benefit plans, more predictable benefits, but the portability advantages of defined contribution plans. The employer contributes a percentage of employees' current pay to the employee's pension plans every year, and employees earn interest on this amount. Pension plans often require expert help. The Employee Retirement Income Security Act of 1975 is the basic law. It requires that employees have written pension plan documents and adhere to certain guidelines, such as regarding eligibility. The ERISA protects the employer's pension or health plan's assets by requiring that those who control the plans act responsibly. The fiduciary's responsibility is to run the plan solely in the interest of participants and beneficiaries. So the ERISA established the Pension Benefits Guaranty Corporation, also known as the PBGC, to oversee and insure a pension if a plan terminates without sufficient funds. Thousands of benefit plans, both private and publicly, are underfunded. However, the PBGC guarantees only defined benefit plans, not defined contribution plans, and will only pay a pension of up to $60,000 per year for someone 65 years of age, with the plan terminating as of 2015. So high-income workers still face reduced pensions if their employers go bankrupt. Moreover, there's also a thing called vesting, so vested funds are the money employer and employee have placed in the latter's pension fund that cannot be forfeited for any reason. The employee's contributions are always theirs, of course. However, until ERISA, the employer's contribution in many pension plans didn't vest until the employee retired. Someone could have worked for a company for 30 years and have been left with no pension if the company went bust 1 year before the person retired. So employers can choose one of the two minimum vesting schedules. With cliff vesting, the period for acquiring a non-forfeitable right to employer matching contributions is 3 years. So the employee must have non-forfeitable rights to these funds by the end of 3 years. With the second one, which is called graded vesting, the pension plan participant must receive non-forfeitable rights to the matching contribution as follows: 20% after 2 years, and then 20% for each succeeding year, with the 100% non-forfeitable right by the end of 6 years. So now we move over to pensions and early retirement. So early retirement window is a type of offering by which employees are encouraged to retire early, the incentive being liberal pension benefits plus perhaps a cash payment. However, these programs can backfire. For example, when Verizon offered enhanced pension benefits to encourage what it hoped would be 12,000 employees to retire, more than 21,000 took the plan, and then they had to replace 16,000 managers. Furthermore, unless structured properly, older employees can challenge early retirement programs as de facto ways for forcing them to retire against their will. So it is generally legal to use incentives to encourage individuals to choose early retirement. However, it must be voluntary, and it can't be any sort of force. And that was my part for the presentation. Thank you for listening, and my friend will continue.
I'm Amirega Sanda. I'm going to present the fifth content in this chapter about personal services and family-friendly benefits. It outlines the main employee services benefits. So most employers also provide various services benefits, including personal services, family-friendly services, and executive prerequisites. The first is personal services benefits. Personal services benefits include credit unions, legal services, counseling, and social and recreational opportunities. Some employers use the term voluntary benefits to cover personal services benefits that range from things like pet insurance to automobile insurance. One of personal services benefits is Employee Assistance Program or EAP. It is a formal employer program to provide employees with counseling and or treatment programs for problems such as personal, legal and financial services, child and elder care referrals, adoption assistance, mental health counseling, and life event planning. There are some advantages that EAPs produces for employers, not just costs. For example, sick family members and problems like depression account for many sick days. As stated before, employee assistance programs can reduce such absences by providing expert advice on issues like elder care referrals. Everyone involved, including supervisors and EAP staff, must respect confidentiality. Also, be aware of legal issues, define the program's purpose, employee eligibility, the roles and responsibilities of EAP, and employer personnel, and procedures for using the plan. And we must ensure our EAP vendors fulfill professional and state licensing requirements. Second is family-friendly or work-life benefits. Family-friendly or work-life benefits are benefits such as childcare, elder care, fitness facilities, and flexible work schedules that help employees balance their family and work lives or responsibilities. We'll look at some of the examples in the next slide. So these are the examples of family-friendly or work-life benefits. By establishing subsidized daycare, employers assumedly can benefit in several ways. These include improved recruiting results, lower absenteeism, improved moral, favorable publicity, and lower turnover. But in establishing subsidized daycare, good planning is required. Employers are also offering emergency childcare benefits. For example, when an employee's babysitter is not present. The next is the responsibility for caring for aging relatives can affect employee performance. Therefore, more employers are providing elder care services. And the last is that many employers also reimburse non-job related courses that pertain to company business. Many employers provide college programs on the employer's premises or remedial work in basic literacy. Employers provide other personal services benefits. For example, Google is famous for its personal services benefits, and the remarkable thing is that most of them cost Google nothing. This is because Google arranges with local vendors to provide on Google site programs such as ATMs, mobile libraries, bike repair, car wash and oil change, dry cleaning, haircuts and saloons, and organic grocery delivery. They do it because their on-site availability boosts employees' efficiency by reducing the need for them to seek services off-site. It also offers the Google Child Care Center, for instance. Non-monetary benefits are another option. In one survey, the non-monetary benefits most desired by employees were allowing more flexibility with one's work schedule, making available additional training and development opportunities, offering additional paid time off, and providing opportunities to work abroad. And the last services benefits is executive prerequisites. Perquisites, or perks for short, are special benefits for top executives. Perks include management loans, typically to exercise executives' stock options, financial counseling, and relocation benefits. It is often including subsidized mortgages, purchase of the executive's current house, and payment for the move. That's it for my part. Thank you.
So let's continue to the last subtopic. It's called Flexible Benefits Program. So the first flexible benefit program is called the cafeteria approach. It is defined by individualized plans allowed by employers to accommodate employee preferences for benefits. In this type of flexible benefit programs, employer give each employee a benefit fund budget and lets the person spend it on the benefits he or she prefers. However, it is subject to two main constraints. The first one, the employer must of course limit the total cost for each employee's benefits package. And the second one, each employee's benefit plan must include certain required items such as social security, workers' compensation, and unemployment insurance. The next flexible benefit programs is called flexible work schedule. In here, there are a lot of types. The first one is flex time. Flex time is a work schedule in which employees' workday are built around the core of midday hours, and employees determine within limits what other hours they will work. The second one is called telecommuting. It is the use of technology to work away from the office. Third one, compressed work week. It is a work schedule in which employees work in shorter working hours but in longer days in each week. The fourth one is called job sharing. It allows two or more people to share a single full-time job. And the last one is called work sharing. It is a temporary reduction in work hours by a group of employees during economic downturns as a way to prevent layoff. That's all. Thank you for listening.